exponential equation involving modulus function. So 4 times the modulus of, or the absolute value of 5 to the x minus 1 equals 5 to the x. So we can just make two equations without the absolute value. So without the absolute value, this 5 to the x minus 1 can be positive like this or negative like this. So we have two equations. Then we solve, we multiply, open up the brackets, 4 times 5 to the x, 4 times minus 1, and then this is just like 4a minus 4 equals a. So you can subtract a from both sides. If you subtract a from both sides, you're gonna get 3a. So that's why we get 3 times 5 to the x, and then we also add 4 to both sides. That's why we get 4 on the right, and then we divide both sides by 3 and we log base 5 both sides. So log base 5, because on the left we're gonna cancel out the log base 5 and this 5. We have only the power, we have only the x. And on the right, use a calculator, we get this value. So for the other equation, again we expand. 4 times minus 5 to the x is minus 4 times 5 to the x. 4 times 1 is plus 4, and then we can add 4 times 5 to the x to both sides. So again, this is like minus 4a plus 4 equals a. So if you add 4a to both sides, you're gonna get 5a on the right. That's why we have 5 times 5 to the x on the right. And then we divide both sides by 5, and then we log base 5 again. So here log base 5, log base 5. So on the right we cancel out, we have only the power x, and on the left just use a calculator, we get this number. Okay, now we're gonna check whether we can use both solutions. So first of all, we can use the store function in the calculator. So we do log 4/3 base 5 just like this, and then we can store it using shift store. There's a button in the calculator to store the value. So here we are storing the value as the letter a, and then we can check what do we get on the left hand side of the equation. So here we replace this x and this x with the stored value, so with the letter a in the calculator. So on the left, 4 times 5 to the a minus 1 in modulus is we use the absolute value function, also the abs button in the calculator, and we get 4/3 on the left, and on the right just 5 to the x on the right here, so just 5 to the a, and you see that we get exactly the same thing, which means we can use this solution. This makes sense. And for the other solution, we do the same thing. We store the value using the store function, and then we check, plug into the original equation, and we get exactly the same thing on the left, on the right, which means we can also use this solution, which means we have two solutions. All right, I'll see you again next time.